Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I forgot I had my headphones on. I tried to block out some noise. Anyway, I already started working without you guys, and yes, my nails are a mess. But I decided to go ahead and turn the camera on since I was done watching some of the videos that I've been watching while I've been sitting here doing these. But I just started putting napkins on some tags, and they're still just blank on the back. I don't know if I'm going to put some dyed paper on the back or what yet. I'm just kind of getting stuff ready to use for the journals. So these are the ones I've done so far. I got to bed about 3 this morning and was awakened at 7:30 by my neighbors next door. I'm really starting to have an issue with this woman that lives next door to me. She has 2 boys, I'm guessing about 5 and 2, and the 2-year-old screams all the time. I don't know if there's a disability there or what it is, but constantly just like that, just a high-pitched scream all the time. And for some reason, she found it necessary to have them outdoors at 7:30 this morning. And I tried to go back to sleep, but that didn't happen. So I got up and I had some coffee, and then like I was still tired, so I was going to try and go back to sleep again. And they were still out there making noise, and then people showed up at her house, or a person, I don't know because I didn't look, but they were talking very loud, and I was just like, oh man. So then it quieted down for a couple minutes. So I thought, well, I'll try and lay back down again because I have to go to my mom's today and take both my kids. And I really don't want to be tired because it takes a little bit of patience. And I really didn't want to cover that whole thing before I got my napkin ready. Anyway, so I did lay back down, and no sooner did I get to sleep. I might have been asleep an hour. I'm not really sure. My mom calls. She saw a commercial on TV for rallies and decided what she wants for lunch. So I'm like, okay, like that's really what I'm thinking about right now. But, you know, she didn't know. She didn't know that I'd been trying to get back to sleep and all that had gone on. So then at that point, I just got up and I'm like, I need to do something with myself to get into a better frame of mind. So I came over to my desk and I, went on YouTube. Well, first I played my game. I tend to play that Candy Crush Soda, and it just kind of takes me into that zone of not really thinking about anything and just kind of chilling. And when I used all my lives up on that, I went on YouTube to see if anybody was on, and nobody was. So I like this YouTuber called Cheap Craft. It used to be Cheap Crafty Girl. I think she's just Crafty Girl now. I've been watching her for some time. But she does more Dollar Tree hauls and home goods and stuff like that. And then she does crafting anymore. She does do some DIYs periodically, especially around holiday times. But other than that, she's mostly Dollar Tree hauls and stuff like that. And I noticed on my last video how much I say I apologize for that. I'm going to try to be more aware of that and not say that so much. But I'm going to pause just for a minute while I dry this because I've got limited space on my desk. Okay. And normally I don't get upset with people right away. I've learned to have quite a bit of tolerance, having had neighbors for quite some time. Not just here, but, other places. But it's getting to be almost an everyday thing. And this girl, I call her a girl because, she's young. She's probably in her 20s, maybe early 30s. She lives over there like nobody else lives around her. And you just got to be mindful of the fact that we live right on top of each other here. You know, we have our own little decks and backyards that are fenced in, but they're so small and we're still right next to each other. You know, there's barely any space. I mean, between, we share a fence, if that puts it in perspective for you. And our decks are even just a short amount away from each other. It's like I sit on my deck and I could reach over and touch their deck, you know. So it's not like there's really any space between us. There is no privacy. And she'll be having arguments with people on the phone, and she'll have it on speaker, and she'll be hollering and yelling and cussing. And you know, I told you guys about the one time when she was having an argument with some guy on my porch, and he was standing right in front of my front door, and they're yelling at each other, raising their voices. And you know, Liz is asleep upstairs, which, you know, she's not a little kid, but still, she didn't, you know, she don't have to hear that stuff. So anyway, I'm sorry. That's just my little complaining for the day. I just, I don't know. You just got to learn to, you know, think about the fact that other people live here. You know, you don't live in a bubble, so to speak. But that's why I came and got in my bubble here, because I just needed, I needed to change my mind about how I was feeling right then. So I'm just peeling the paper off here. So, so yeah, I had to come over here and put on my headphones, and, you know, that way I can listen to YouTube and shut out the noise over there at the same time. You know, and I realize it's a holiday weekend. You know, I realize, you know, we've all been cooped up. She has a steady flow of people in and out of her house, and that really hasn't stopped during this. I think she has a boyfriend that comes and goes periodically, you know, and stays. She's got a friend, I think, that stays with her periodically, a female friend. So, whatever, you know, I don't care what she does with her life. Just be quiet. Just be quiet when, you know, people might be sleeping. That's all I ask. I don't even say too much about all the noise over there during the day, you know, because that's daytime hours. And honestly, every other day I'm not even here anyway. So, you know, it's not that big a deal. But dang it all, when I'm trying to sleep, let me sleep. I want my sleep, people. But anyway, I think I can get probably 2 tags out of 1 square of this one. This is the bigger ones. I had used those smaller ones on the tags like I had talked about in my last Craft With Me video. I had pulled those smaller square ones out, and they were too small for the index cards, so I had said I would save them for the tags, and that's what I did. But I've used those, and so now I'm to the bigger ones. I'm really happy. I had quite a productive day yesterday. I actually did get, I got some dishes into the dishwasher. I got a couple loads of laundry done. I got some things cleaned up in the living room. So I got a few things accomplished, and that always feels good. The thing is, though, is I would have loved to have continued on today, and that's what makes it hard about having to stop what I'm doing, you know, and go out to my mom's the next day, because when I get it momentum going, I like to keep going with it. But, you know, when you have to stop and go somewhere, it breaks it up, you know, and it pulls you out of that, you know, that momentum that you've got going. You lose it. I kind of want to center that. So, but anyway, I'm sorry. I'm like just complaining. I'm going to stop now, because I certainly don't want, you know, my channel to be about negativity, and honestly, you guys don't want to come over and listen to me gripe about stuff, and I know that. So let me just turn that off now and focus elsewhere. In good news, well, it's kind of good news. Here I go with the ums again. Our weather is going to be in the 80s starting today all through this coming week. Now for me, that's a little bit warm, but I do have air. And I actually turned my air conditioning on yesterday. It got a little warm in here. So I did go ahead and turn it on. And it's still on, but I just have it turned up to where I think I have it set at 74 or something like that. My mom was like, that's cold. I'm like, honey, you still have your heat on. So of course that's going to seem cold to you. But when I go to her house, it's really hot over there. All right, I'm going to pause you again. I'll be right back. I just looked at my clock and saw that it's already almost 1 o'clock. Geez, this day has already started to fly by. And, you know, even the way it started out, here it is already almost 1 o'clock. I guess I was in the bubble a little longer than I realized. So I'm going to have to, I'll do this for a little bit, then I'm going to have to hurry up and get in the shower and get ready to head out to my mom's. I haven't called my son yet to see if he's up. I know my daughter's still sleeping. She was so happy. One of her, well, it is her best friend, walked over yesterday and they got to hang out for a little bit. She was pretty happy about that because, you know, keep in mind, she had not been to school hardly at all this school year. And she hasn't seen her best friend in 4 months because, you know, she hadn't seen him before all this started. So he had mentioned if he could come over day before yesterday. He mentioned that, and I told her, yes, I have no problem with him coming over here. So they got to hang out for just for an hour. You know, he had to walk back home, and he didn't come until like 8 o'clock at night. So, you know, it was already later in the day. But that was good for both of them. They're kind of, their kids are kind of loners, you know, they have friends, but they have a select few, you know, and they choose that. That's how they want it. But, you know, having gone so long without seeing each other, they really were missing each other. So I was glad that he was able to come over. I've told him before, you know, that he doesn't have to walk unless he wants to. I would come and get him or give him a ride home. But he doesn't really live that far away. I mean, a young guy like him, it doesn't really hurt him to walk, but, you know. And right now, the traffic isn't super bad, especially the time that he came. But a lot of accidents occur at the intersection closest to us, and then the next intersection down. A lot of accidents. They really need a left turn light at both of those intersections. But, you know, it's more important to put a roundabout at the end of town than to put up a light where they have a lot of bad accidents. Well, they have a light, but, you know, I mean, they need a different kind of light. They need a left turn. Plus, they have an opening to the highway now. The road that I live on, it goes to the highway, to a on-ramp to the highway. So you have a lot of traffic now coming down this road that is coming off from the highway, and they're still in that mindset of fast driving. And it's 45 on the road that I live on. So, you know, they're not traveling at a slow speed, is what I'm getting at. We just had an accident at that corner not too long ago that took our power out. I think I told you guys about that. So, all right, let me dry this. I'll be right back. Okay. Using that heat tool, it makes it like bend. So then I have to straighten it back out again. And even though it's supposed to be in the high 80s, we're also supposed to get some thunderstorms. So that'll be nice as long as they're not dangerous. We don't get dangerous thunderstorms here too often. We barely even get lightning anymore, it seems like. I'll watch some videos on Facebook that people post where they have these amazing lightning shows. And I'm like, man, how come we don't ever get good lightning like that? I'm not about the damaging kind of stuff, but the stuff that just is beautiful and, you know, relaxing and stuff. Well, I guess if you don't like them, they're not relaxing, but to me they are. I like a good thunderstorm. Of course, we don't really need any more flooding though, so that could be a problem, because people are still trying to recover from the they had flooding in Midland and Saginaw and Sanford and Gladwin. So there's like, I don't know, 4 or 5 different towns in Michigan that have had flooding issues. So I need to see how many of these I have. You know, they had to have FEMA come in and declare a state of emergency and everything. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 is really all I need for right now, but I think I'm going to do a couple extra just so I have some done, or maybe I'll do some bigger ones. Although the bigger ones I'm going to need to have the taller napkins, so maybe I won't. I'll make sure I'm not grabbing my hinged ones because I don't want to do those yet. 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe I'll just do like 6 more. Oops, what did I drop? Drop something. Now this is definitely out of my color scheme. Yellow is probably one of the few colors that I really don't care for. Like, I like sunflowers. Those are one of my favorite flowers. So it doesn't really make sense. But, yeah. Yellow is a color I just am not drawn to at all. But I'm using it because other people like it. And I always try to pull myself out of, you know, not using something just because it's not my favorite color, you know. I'm not crafting for myself. So it's amazing how, you know, just sitting down here and grabbing this stuff and working on it for a little bit just really changes your whole perspective, you know. I want to get that butterfly in there for sure. Okay. All right. I need to get some more wax paper. I got this wax paper at Dollar Tree, and You know, there's nothing wrong with it, but the part where you tear it is not the best. It's hard to get a even piece off of there. It's not the waxiest of paper either, but that's all right for what I'm doing. All right. And again, these silicone brushes, you guys, if you didn't see my last video where I talked about these, let me just tell you again, these things are awesome for this kind of stuff. I haven't tried it for any other mediums, but I'm sure they would be good for that too. They're just so much easier to work with. I like them a lot. I will probably not go back to using any kind of brushes to do this. My excuse me, when my tag bends like that, it makes it hard for me to see for lining up my napkin. And since I wanted to make sure I got that butterfly on there, I wanted to turn it around where I could see it better. I don't care about wrinkles. I don't care if it's perfectly straight as long as the whole tag is covered. And really, just like with the index cards, this is just the background. I don't know what I'm going to do to decorate it further. I'm just getting stuff ready so that I have things to pull from when it comes time to, you know, put things in pockets or clip things on the side or, you know, whatever. Just putting together some of the things that I typically use. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and dry this and be right back. Okay, let's trim around that now. Hear my daughter moving around up there, so she'll probably be coming down here shortly. She doesn't know that I'm filming. It's not something I generally would be doing when she first gets up, but of course, it's not like it's morning either. It is 1 o'clock. We've gotten into such a bad habit of staying up till the wee hours of the morning and then, you know, sleeping half the day. And then you just, you know, you repeat that cycle because, you know, that's where you're at. Even when I had those days that I, you know, woke up early after being up early, I still ended up staying up late. It's like I hit a second wind or something and kept right on going. Actually, that's kind of pretty once you get it on there, isn't it? I'll have to do something along the edge though, because you can still see the pink ink from when I traced the tags. No big deal though. Not too hard to cover that stuff up. Okay. I wonder if I can take one of these butterflies from, I don't know, they're kind of small for those big flowers. I guess this one will just have flowers on it. You can always add an embellishment or something to decorate it up a little bit, so it's not just a flower. Build up a glue on my fingers, makes them stick to what I'm working on. Just so you know, Liz, I am recording. Actually, I'm going to pause you guys just for a minute so I can talk to her. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I just had to explain to her what's going on for the day and tell her about my morning. She doesn't really care for our neighbors because of the fact that they're so rude. But I don't like to have conflict or issues where I live, so I don't say too much to the people because, I don't know, I guess I kind of figure if she cared, she would be a little more conscientious when she's out there. You know, I shouldn't have to tell her not to be having her arguments at my front door, you know. But anyway, that's the only time I've really said anything to her about any of the goings on with her. And I'm sorry, you guys, I'm going to have to pause again so I can dry this. I hope that's not too annoying me pausing and coming back, because I know for you guys, it really, it's not like you can really tell that I'm gone, but I know it does break up the video just a little bit. Sorry, I'm peeling glue while I'm talking. But anyway, I'll be right back. All right, I got that all dry. Now trim the edges. So yeah, we've lived here about 4 years, and we've had a lot of people come and go, surprisingly, on both sides of us. And we've had good and bad neighbors. If you guys have been with me for any amount of time, you've heard me complain about the people that used to live on the other side of me over here. It used to sound like I lived next door to the movie theater. They must have had one heck of a sound system in there, because you could hear all kinds of rumbling and music, and I mean, sometimes it sounded like thunder going off. Where were they at?
In the Colorado.
Oh, I thought we had some. We were looking for my daughter's migraine pain medication one day, and I couldn't find it. And I'm like, I know it's right here somewhere. That's why I need to get that organizing done. I couldn't even find her pain medication. Fortunately, we were able to manage it with ibuprofen, but she was just showing me that she found it. So that's good news. All right. I probably should have glued that on the other side, because now I'm noticing all that pink ink showing on this side. But oh well. I'll take care of that when I figure out what I'm going to use these for and decorate them accordingly. Inking the edges will take care of that too. So, you know, to give it that distressed look, which I usually ink everything, so that's pretty much a given. I'll be doing that. I just like that look. Even before, you know, I started doing a lot of vintage type stuff and, you know, did that kind of distressing, I always was one that would take even like the colored inks and go around the edges of things, you know, the colors that matched what I was stamping or working with. So I just always liked the distressed look. And it just adds something to it. Honey, you forgot my phone. Unless you just want to throw my charger downstairs, that'll work too. I fell asleep downstairs last night, and so my phone was off the charger because the charger was upstairs in my bedroom. And I haven't made it up there yet to get it. She was going to throw it down to me last night and forgot, because God forbid I should walk up the stairs, right? I just figured since she was going, you know, she might as well do it, but she forgot. And now my phone's like at 16%, so I got to get it on the charger. I figured while that was wet, maybe I'd just go ahead and tear it since it's sticking to my fingers anyway. You didn't get it down all the way, did you? We don't do very good throwing up and down the stairs, do we? I'll be trying to throw toilet paper up to her or something, and I'll hit the landing or the stairs or something. It'll come bouncing down back at me. We'll be laughing at how many times it takes me to throw that stuff to actually get it up there and not, you know, kill myself with it as it comes bounding back down at me. All right, I'm going to pause again so I can dry that. All right. That one is dry. What do I got? 3 more to do. What is clanging? Something is making a cling. Oh, I've got my little domino doll over here hanging on my tripod, and my coffee cup is right there. And so when I move the table, the little, hear that clanging? The little legs of my domino doll are hitting my coffee cup. I was like, what is that noise? Because it sounds like chimes, and I know I didn't have any chimes up. I do like chimes. I just don't have any up. I still need to make a domino doll for Sheila Blair. I had told her that I would make one for her. Oh, and if you're watching my video, I had someone comment on one of mine. They had changed their name, and their actual name was Sheila. But there's Sheila Blair, who I haven't seen in quite a while in the live chats. And then I have a friend named Sheila that I know from high school. So, oh, I just moved I went to turn in my chair to adjust my sitting and bump my, that's my headphones cord. But anyway, if you see this video, whichever Sheila left that message, could you let me know which Sheila you are? And Sheila Blair, if you're watching, I have not forgotten about your doll. I haven't got to it yet, but I haven't forgotten about it. I will get one made for you. Every time I look at that domino doll, it reminds me that I owe you one. How many do I have of those already? I got 2. I'll make one more of the, well, maybe I won't, because those are extras. Let's go back to, I'll use this one, or let's see what we got up here of the ones I used before. Or wait, no, I hadn't used this one at all. Maybe I'll use that one. Let's use my fat arm in the camera. Nobody wants to look at that. This has a lot of options. I actually have some of these napkins that I had bought. This was actually one of the pretty napkins I was actually able to find myself. They have them at our local Dollar Tree. But a lot of the pretty napkins that everybody has, I never find them. I don't have a Tuesday morning anywhere near me. I think there's one in Michigan, but I think it's downstate. Definitely none close to me, which is a bummer. But then on the other hand, I'd probably have a worse napkin collection than I already do. I don't know. But I do tend to pick them up whenever I see them being sold, just because I don't have the opportunity to buy them myself. Although I did find out that there is an awesome site that nobody told me about. This Michael Design Works. There you go. They have beautiful napkins and placemats, and that's actually a website that you can go to and purchase them. So there are some that I really like that I will be going there to get. And I'm just kind of trying to figure out, that one's kind of pretty. I kind of want a butterfly too, though. I'll just go with that one first. I might be able to, I don't know, we'll figure it out. I do like irises, though. These look like the Japanese irises too. The Japanese irises are thinner and smaller than the regular irises. When I lived in Kalamazoo, there was a place that I used to walk by all the time. It was like a little, I don't know if it's like a little shopping plaza or a little mini, I don't know what you would call it technically, but I worked downtown where I worked for a bank. So I worked where there was a lot of little boutiques and shops and stuff, and the banks and stuff like that. Because, you know, Kalamazoo, there's areas of downtown that are not so nice, and then there's areas of downtown that are like business and that kind of thing. This was in the business area. And there was a little flower shop in there. I should have got that over just a little bit. Oh well. And I would go in there and buy the Japanese irises because I love them. I like to have flowers in my house. I've always wanted to have a like a wildflower garden, along with, you know, other flowers too, and put together little bouquets, like just small ones, with a little inspirational, uplifting kind of note attached to it, and just randomly put them on people's cars. You know, just kind of count on God to guide me as to where they needed to go. And then people would come out to their car and find those there and be like, oh my gosh. Cheesy, I know, but I've just always thought that'd be kind of a cool thing to do. Maybe someday when life slows down, I'll be able to do something like that. But, you know, I hate to talk too much about, you know, doing things when life slows down, because you know what happens. Life doesn't slow down until you're dead. And then it's too late to do all these things that you think about doing. But I'm going to see if I can get away with doing these last three without pausing the video to dry. Let's see if I can find enough space to be able to do that. I'm sorry, I'm off camera. I'm just carrying out the next panel that I'm going to use. I want to try and get this butterfly on here without having blank, or not blank, but having the tag. See, I can't get all the wings on there, but I can get most of it. Let's do it like that. I like to do like random acts of kindness that are anonymous. I don't like people to know. I don't want anybody to feel beholden to me or like they owe me something because I did something for them. So I like to just do things where they don't know. So that's why I always thought that idea of just putting something on the windshield would be cool, because they wouldn't have any idea, you know, where it came from or why, or, you know, they'd just be blessed, you know. Oh, and I didn't quite get that at the top there, but that's all right. That's easy to fix. That's why when people, you know, send me stuff, if they don't want me to film it, I won't, because I'm like that too. Like, I like to, I mean, I don't mind if people, you know, want to film their happy mail, because I know it's not about saying, oh, look what so-and-so sent. It's just, you know, wanting to share happiness. You know, we get so much negativity in this world. It's nice to share the positive things that happen, you know, and I'm like that too. I'll share when people send me stuff, but if they don't want me to, I have no problem, you know, not doing it. So just know, if you ever send me anything and you don't want me to share it, just let me know that, and I won't. Otherwise, I probably will be so excited and happy I want to, you know, share it with other people, especially when you guys want to be a part of these journals that I'm making for the ladies. It really makes me happy that my friends on YouTube want to participate and, you know, have things that they send included as well. It's kind of something we all can share in together in doing something, you know, nice for these women. So I just think that's really cool, and I get excited whenever people send things. So just let me know if you don't want me to share. Okay, we got one more to go, and then I will let you guys go, and I will just do the drying and the trimming offline. It's not like you guys are going to be disappointed if you don't get to see me trimming. Whoop, hold on. I just dripped on the tag. But you see, let me show you something. This is one thing that's good about these. See how easily that just scrapes that right back off of there? It's the way I'm doing it because I have it up in the air, but look at that. It just comes right back off without marring up what you've already done. Okay, I need to figure out what I'm going to put on here. Maybe I don't think I'm going to get the tower and the butterfly, but I might be able to piece it together and make it work. I'm just tearing right around the butterfly. Let's see. Oh, get stuck in my glue. I put it like that, and then I can put the butterfly right up there in the corner. Yeah, do it that way. I think I'll cut out around that butterfly though and get it as small as I can, so the lettering around it isn't competing with the lettering on the area I'm putting it on. You know what I mean? I'm going to cut them antenna off though. Hopefully that won't make it look weird. I don't think you can really see it in the writing anyway. Obviously I can't cut and talk at the same time. Don't want to cut off his little body trying to talk. Also trying to fussy cut with scissors I've used to cut off the excess pages that have Mod Podge on them too, so that's really not smart either. All right, got that cut and ready. We'll get this on, and then we'll put the butterfly on after that. We'll do that last. Okay. My mom's probably already chomping at the bit, ready to bite into them sandwiches she's ordered, and it's going to be more like dinner time by the time I get there. She's going to be starving. She told me, though, she's like, come whenever you want. She's probably just thinking, just don't be ornery. You need to rest or whatever, do it before you come. I don't care. Well, seeing I can't get it up quite high enough there. It's just showing just a little bit right there, but yeah, ain't gonna sweat it. And I don't think the butterfly, I hope you guys didn't see that. I just totally spit while I was talking. Anyway, I don't think the butterfly will fit in that corner, so I can't cover it up with that, but it's just a small area. No big deal. You just can't worry about little stuff like that, you know. Well, I mean, you can, but why would you want to? That's the question. Yep, I really love the way you can just swipe across there and get all that excess Mod Podge off. Yep. And then I was going to do this. How was I going to do that? Can't remember how I was going to do it now. I guess it doesn't really matter. Except for now I'm off the edge of it. That's all right. That way it's not perfect. Don't want it to be completely perfect. All right. So now I am just going to dry these, trim off the excess. I don't know. Should I come back and show you guys everything, show them all together? That'd probably be a better finish. All right, I'm going to pause one more time, finish these off, and then I'll come back and show you all the ones that we've done and do a proper close. So I'll be right back. Okay, so they're dry and they're trimmed. I'll just kind of lay out here, show you guys what we have so far. Maybe I'll actually get a decent shot for a thumbnail than what I normally get. Sometimes I have to take a picture because what they have for me just isn't working. Just kind of like a nice variety too. I think this is my favorite right here. I really like that bird. So those are all the ones that we got done today. So I am now going to go get ready to head out to my mom. Someone was just calling. It was either my son or my mom. So I'll need to see who that was and make sure my son's up and getting ready. And, you know, my daughter, she already knows what's going on. And then we'll be heading out to my mom's for the rest of the day. And at least we get to go out to the country and I can get away from being in town and being around the neighbors. I really am a country girl that has been living in the city for way too long. And my prayer is that someday soon I will be able to get a nice little house out in the country and, you know, be able to grow my flowers and, you know, not have people so close to me. But anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful day. I hope you're able to do something that you enjoy and are not going stir crazy in the house, because that is not a good thing for anybody to be cooped up in the house for too long. So take care, God bless, and I will see you all next time. Thanks for watching, you guys. Bye-bye.